Hey guys, this is Sonny Whitehurst. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing or giving you some idea of my opinion on quick releases for the prop guards on your Phantom. I've got two that I've recently purchased, and one of them I was not satisfied with, which was the FireBolt, and the other one was ones I purchased made by AfterDark. And I thought I'd just give you some insight to what I found out about these two products. Okay, now these are the FireBolt quick release. I just want to show just how much difference there is. I want you to see this. Let me see if I can get it in here. This is how loose one of them was. I mean, it's just loose. I'm not putting any pressure at all. I'm just wiggling it. That's one of them right there. Okay. I mean, you can kind of see. That's just very loose, to the point where it feels like it's going to about fall off. Okay. I'll do like they say. I'll remove this like so. Now I'll try, that was the worst one, but I'll try this one, put it on like they say put it on. There was one out of the four that was what I call acceptable, but the other three were not. Okay, that one has got a little play in it right there. And you've got to realize with the prop guards on here, that little bit right there is a whole lot out here. Okay, so that's that little bit. Okay, this is the third one. Okay, so that one, how loose that one is. I mean, that's no pressure. That's how loose it is. It's just not a good snug feel. Just very, very loose. Okay, so I'll remove that one. And this is the fourth one right here. This may have been the one that I felt like was okay. There was one out of the four that was loose, but it was not loose to the extent where I felt like it was may interfere with the flight path or how the Phantom operated in the air. But the other ones I were. Matter of fact, to the extent where I was scared some of these may even fly off in the air. If you don't have the string attached like I do to my four, that could be very disastrous for one of them to fly off in the air with that string on it, because it would just flounder in the breeze, flounder in the air, and would probably end up hitting the prop for sure, and it would, you know, it knock it out of the air. So you know, you go around throwing those prop guards into the prop, you're gonna probably come out of the sky. Okay, let me remove this one. But like I say, there was not but three of these. One out of the three that I felt was acceptable. Okay, now I'm going to let you look at the quality of these. I'll go through each one of them, because they do vary in the quality. What I complained about as much as anything was the quality control that went into these. As you can see, that this flashing all along this edge down at the bottom, you can, I think, see that. You know, just the crudeness is very, the finish is very rough. Okay, that's one of them. Okay, this is the third one. Showing you two, and this is the third one here. As you can see again how rough it is in here, you can hear it. It's just very, very, matter of fact, to the point where you could actually cut yourself with that. That edge is real bad. If I wasn't watching myself, it could cut me. And again, how these are just not. And it was another thing when I was putting the prop guards on here. It took a good effort to get them to go down into these holes and fit in there. It never would fit perfectly flush. It felt like it was a forced fit. And the prop guards had a tendency to want to ride up off of this edge here. This wouldn't lay down flat, which I couldn't really understand, because this mold print here should have been identical to your Phantom. In other words, that mold print right there should be exactly the same as the Phantom, and evidently it's not. Evidently it's not that close, because I have no problem with the prop guard on the Phantom attaching them, so then why should I have any problem with this, unless it just was not in that shape. Okay, this one was the worst one out of the pack as far as the crudeness of it. It's just very crude. If you see through here, that even looks like that could structurally be a problem with this one breaking off there. But very crude. See the flashing over in here, and how that edge looks like it's just kind of been nibbled off or something. This one is just very crude. But believe it or not, it would fit about as well as the other three, and if not better than one of the other three. So I was very disappointed in the quality of these. Okay, here goes one of your AfterDark, and both of them are 3D printed, produced from 3D printing, which this one has a little slick finish to it. You can tell that it was 3D printed. You can see the layers, but it just looks a lot more polished. The edges are round. It looks more like it's more acceptable. It's just a better looking 3D print. Okay, we'll compare the two. Let me see here. Not sure how this is going to show up, but you can believe me when I say get the two out and put them side by side, and the difference. And let me snap this AfterDark on here, and you'll also see the difference. See, the AfterDark, they fit snug, nice and tight. It's nothing like the other ones. When I talked to Save Your Phantom, about my issues with it, they said, well, in design we had to have them loose because you can't have them tight. If they won't hold up, they won't last. Well, they need to ask AfterDark how they made theirs tight, because theirs is much tighter, which the reason for that is, in my opinion, it's just a better designed product. It's molded better, and it just fits a lot better. Okay, this is what I was telling you about, that it just doesn't seem like it fits properly in here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just not a stud. It's just like these prongs don't seem to if you put them in the holes, then the prop guard itself just doesn't seem to want to fit down. It just seems like it's a very forced fit to get these to fit. Now I realize that different prop guards are a little different, but that being said, all of them are designed to fit on your Phantom, and these fit fine on the Phantom. So if this mold right here, excuse me, all of them are made to fit on this Phantom. So, you know, if the prop guard fits on your Phantom with no problem, nice and snug, that's no problem at all, just fits in there very, very easily, then it should fit on this the same way if this mold was designed properly. And this just doesn't do it. I don't know if you can tell right there. Now I can force them and I can get the screws in there and see that gap. See the gap right in there where they just don't fit well compared to your AfterDark. Your AfterDark lines up fairly well, and it fits down in there flush. See, no gap. They fit in there flush. So it's just a whole different experience putting these on and trying to put these on. Okay, I've got all four of them on here now. I just want to show you the difference in the way that they fit and the snugness of them and everything. This is the FireBolt, and as you see, you can see how much it doesn't take any effort. You know, I'm not putting any effort in that. But see how loose they are? Three of them were about this loose. All three of these are about the same as this. One of them on there was fairly snug. Even the one that was snug though was not as good as these. These are, you know, these are on there. There's no play. There's no slop. There goes your FireBolt. Okay, these are your AfterDark. Nice and snug, FireBolt. And, you know, that's just not acceptable. And it may be just a total issue of quality control. You know, maybe that's it. I don't know. You be the judge. And again, there goes your FireBolt. No play whatsoever with the AfterDark. Plus the AfterDark have you know, they've rounded theirs off. Theirs look a lot smoother. It's a lot neater looking. They've got these holes in here, I guess, to reduce weight. That looks nice. It's just a much better product. Yes, the AfterDark run $35 plus shipping. And these are $25 free shipping. So what are my recommendations? I think they go without saying. I do recommend the AfterDark quick releases. I cannot recommend the FireBolt. So that's about it. Appreciate y'all watching. For what it's worth, that was my 2 cents.